A mom's day fills up fast with kids, with errands, with family activities, so it's not surprising that sometimes friendships slip down on our priority list. Today, though, a reminder to not just be friendly, but start being a friend. That's the message from Brooke Romney, a freelance writer and columnist for the Deseret News. It's so great to see you, and you know how I feel about this message. You put it out there a couple months ago.
Yes.
We're still talking about it. We're so excited to have you talk about it today, and it all stems from a personal experience, so set it up for us.
A couple years ago, a really nice single mom moved in right behind us, and she had two darling kids. And we did fun, we exchanged kids, and I would go pick up her son, or she would take mine to a movie, and it was great. But I kept feeling like I should do more. I should be more of a friend. I should, stick around and chat, or see how she was doing, or check in on her more often. And
so more than just the over the fence, how are you doing? You wanted to kind of dig a little deeper.
And she ended up passing away suddenly. And I had the most intense feeling of regret that I had not been a friend to her. And I don't know if anything I could have done would have made a difference. But what was really, really heartbreaking to me is I missed an opportunity, and an opportunity I knew I should have taken. And there was a lot of regret.
Well, I think the message, it definitely prompted me to stop and think. The message is stop just being friendly and start actually being a friend. How do you define that difference, Brooke?
Well, I think friendly is a quick wave. I think it's bringing cookies. I think it's acting like you care. But I think there's a difference between acting like you care and truly caring. I think friendship is sometimes inconvenient, and we all have learned to say no and to guard our time, but what are we here for?
Yeah.
And it's so easy to say, oh, I've got emails, I've got laundry, I've got soccer practice, but maybe stopping and taking a minute to get to know someone, or see how someone's feeling, or just putting someone's life ahead of your own desires for even just 10 or 15 minutes at a time could make a real difference to you and the person in your life.
And you're right about the inconvenience. I think I would also describe it as a stretch sometimes, because I feel very fulfilled and satisfied in my own little responsibility and life and love with my family. But it's stretching ourselves just a little bit, isn't it, to extend our heart to a neighbor or to a potential friend.
Yes, because I think while you may be feeling fulfilled, there are thousands of women who are not, and who really need someone in their lives to. When I wrote this article, I had hundreds, truly hundreds of emails from women who told me how lonely they felt. Wow. And how hard their day is on a daily basis because they don't feel like anyone cares about them.
You say the first step to moving past the friendly, borderline and pushing to friend is to get rid of the excuses.
Yes, we all have them. I have not met one woman who's like, oh, I'm not busy at all. Like, I have nothing going, Everyone's busy. And I'm not saying you need to completely take over your life with sitting and chatting on someone's couch, but taking opportunities when you can and when you feel prompted to stop and get to know someone or help someone out.
Yeah, and it's not realistic to think we can be best friends with everybody, but you say just tuning into that prompting, that feeling in your case that you had can really guide you and put you on the right path to the right person.
I think so, yeah. No one can be everyone's best friend, right? It's just not possible, but if everyone does a little bit, one person doesn't have to do it all.
What do you say then to the woman who wants to be a friend, right? To that woman who's lonely, or other female friend out there in need, but simply doesn't have the time? They're like, I'm busy in my own life, in my own world. I simply can't give one more ounce of myself to another human being.
So I think we can start small. You don't have to go overboard. If you are sitting in your car waiting for your kids to come out from practice, send a quick text to somebody just to let them know that they matter to you, or that something they said was important to you. I like to have a couple things on hand to drop by, to say like, hey, happy birthday. I mean, we all get reminders on Facebook. Sure. You could take something by and just say, I hope you have a great day, and it makes a big difference.
You could actually go beyond just posting on that person's page, right? And do a knock-knock, face-to-face hello.
Yes.
Sometimes I hear from friends of mine who live in various parts of the state, and they say, gosh, my neighborhood feels so cliquey, right? It feels like there's such a clique that I can't quite break into. What's your advice there?
I have a couple words of advice for that, because I've been there, and the first thing is how much work are you doing? It's really easy to think that everyone should be coming to you, but how much are you putting yourself out there? Are you inviting people to the park? Are you asking people to go to lunch? Are you offering to watch somebody's kid? What are you doing? So kind of evaluate that first.
Great point.
If you think you're doing everything possible, then I would say maybe you're barking up the wrong tree. maybe you're trying to be friends with people who really are too busy for you. But there's a lot of people out there, and this is what I realized, there's a lot of people out there who would love a friend. And so sometimes take a different direction, or branch from your neighborhood. Be friends with people from a sports team or from the gym, or people that maybe you're looking for a friend.
To the mom, to the woman who's an introvert, maybe she's saying, I'm too shy to push out like you're describing. What then?
Well, it's important to know that to be a friend, you don't have to bring or bake or invite somebody to dinner. You don't have to do those things. But if you are an introvert, those things can be helpful. Having some chocolate on hand, stopping and grabbing somebody a new mom lunch, and just dropping it off on our door. You didn't have to make anything or spend hours in the kitchen. And if you're an introvert, you don't have to stay that long. Say, hey, I was just thinking about you. And the interesting thing is sometimes friendships grow from really, really small acts, and you start to get comfortable with each other. And 5 years later, you have a best friend that you never expected.
It's a great message, and as the feedback shows, a needed message. So thank you. It's thought-provoking for me, for sure. Where can we read that and other articles you put out there?
BrookeRomney.com.
Okay, look for the link on our website to make it easy. Great to see you. Thank you.